Good evening and welcome everybody. It's time for the evening edition of the Chris Leslie Show. So thank you for joining us, and for the record, we have successfully posted the afternoon or daytime edition of the show on YouTube, and it is available to be viewed now. At Mr. Chris Leslie is the YouTube channel, and you will see the labels of the various clips. I think it involves about 7 clips in totality. But the encouraging thing is that I've found a solution to get these shows uploaded to YouTube that isn't as fast as I would like, but it's a lot faster than 2 days. So what we're going to do tonight is continue kind of on what we were doing today, which is enjoying some, checking out some karaoke performances from around the world. We'll continue with the Red Hot Chili Peppers project, which is, my goal is to make a CD of me singing every single Red Hot Chili Peppers song that the website I karaoke on has. So a full CD of Red Hot Chili Peppers covers. So we'll continue along with that. Maybe check out what's going on in the Monday Night Football game, which last week I did a podcast that hasn't aired about Monday Night Football anxiety. No, Monday Night Fantasy Football anxiety, because I was down by a couple points, but I had a player going in the game. This week, not necessarily the case. I did have a player that I should have had in the game, but unfortunately didn't, and so I lost by 14 points. And there are countless decisions that I made regarding my lineup that would have changed the outcome of that game. So we might check on that game and see if the player I had in that game, which is Javid Best, the running back of the Detroit Lions, see if his performance would have also made a difference in whether or not I won or lost. I suspect that it would have, because just before we were getting on the air, I noticed he broke, I believe, what amounted to about an 88-yard touchdown run, I think, somewhere along those lines, and it was the longest run in Detroit Lions history, I think. It may not have been the longest, but it was one of the longest. I didn't hear exactly what the broadcaster said, but he, and that's taking into account some of the running backs they've had over the years, which, well, number one, Barry Sanders, one of the better running backs to ever play. And he used to break long runs all the time. So we will go ahead and continue with that, and then I think we're on to page 4 of the comments, giving feedback to those who are nice enough to give feedback to my karaoke performances. So that is pretty much what the agenda is for tonight's edition of the podcast, and we'll try to keep it fun, keep it entertaining, and also try and get some homework done in the process, as it is Monday, and there are definitely academic matters that require my attention. So we'll try to fit all those things in at once, and we will take it from there. It is roughly 8:12 Pacific Standard Time here on the West Coast. So good evening to you, and wherever you might be enjoying this. Hope your night's going well. Alright, before we go to break, I just want to get a fantasy update just to demonstrate the point I was making earlier. So I'm finally logged into the site. Now I just have to get on my fantasy football team and look at to see the numbers for the player that I have in tonight's game, which he's not playing in my roster, but he's playing. You know what I mean. And that's Javid Best. And the score in this game, incidentally, with about 11 minutes and 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter, is Detroit 21, Chicago 10. So looks like Detroit is for real this year. Okay, we're there. And oh my goodness, I did not need to see that. Okay, so the final score in my matchup, which I lost, turned out to be 124 to 109. And that's a difference of roughly 13 points, or wait a minute, 19, 15 points, I'm sorry, right? Yeah, 15 points. Well, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Jolly Best just broke off another monstrous, well, not a monstrous run, but a very good run. So far, he has a total of 17 points. So, just that move by itself, had I played him instead of Joseph Adai, who was hurt after only scoring 1 point, I would have won by 2 points. So, bad decision on my part. And that wasn't the only move that would have made a difference. Anyways, that's the way it works. So, now I am 1-4 in fantasy football, and definitely need to turn things around. So we'll be right back with checking out some karaoke performances right after this on the Chris Leslie Show.